there are mainly two categories of machine learnings, that is a supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning. So what is supervised machine learning? So I will explain with some example, but here this diagram explain under the supervised learning there are two categories or two techniques, classification techniques and regression techniques, or you can say classification algorithms and regression algorithms. And under unsupervised learning there is only one, that is the clustering techniques. Okay, now I will explain this. What is supervised machine learning in detail? The aim of supervised learning, machine learning, is to build a model that makes predictions based on evidence in the presence of uncertainty. A supervised learning algorithm takes a known set of input data and a known responses to the data and trains a model to generate a reasonable predictions for the response to the new data. Okay. Now, under that, I will explain all this thing with the example. Just be patient. Now, classification. So, classification is a technique predicts a categorical responses. Now, what is a categorical responses and all this thing I will explain with example. And regression is a technique predicts a continuous responses. Yes, supervised machine learning algorithms or this supervised machine learning is used for predicting something. Okay, this is used for predicting something. Okay, so I will explain with the example. Suppose yeah, this is the example. Okay, now what is the example? To whom you will say a classification problem and to whom you will say a regression problem. Okay, suppose this is one data, this is one example I am considering. Again, it is from medical field. So suppose diabetes data set is this is the data set prepared by me only. So this is the diabetes data set, just sample data set. Here uh, there are suppose these many parameters, or I can say in features: age, sex, weight, height, BP, BMI. So here wait, कोणाचा तरी mic चालू आहे. So suppose this is the data set I have taken. Here in a classification, if you want to apply a supervised machine learning in that classification, so if you observe here, this is your class label. This is your class label. For example, these are the parameters of a patient. Suppose age is a 50. It is a suppose he is a male. Then suppose his weight is 69, height is 120 centimeter, and then BP is 80, BMI is 1.4. Then this is the normal patient. Means that particular patient is not having any diabetes. Okay. Suppose this is the parameters. Age is 55. She is male. Then suppose her weight is 80 kg, then her suppose height is 140 centimeter, BP is likewise. And if these are the parameters, then she is suffering from type 1 of diabetes. Okay, so similarly, if you observe this, whatever this is, I told you this is the input, this is nothing but the input, or you can call it as a features, and this is your class or a label, which class that particular patient is belonging, whether it is a normal patient, whether it is a type 1 diabetes patient, whether it is a type 2 diabetes patient. Okay, so in this way, this is suppose a data set. So what is the classification? So if you observe here, whatever your input parameters are, you are going to map onto the particular one category, one class, whether that particular patient belongs to normal, or whether it is a suppose abnormal, or it is a having, she is having suppose a type 1 or type 2 disease. Okay, so here in suppose in your machine learning application, whenever you want to implement or train a model on these data sets, obviously you must have hundred, thousands, lakhs of data entries or samples in that particular data. Yes, I am showing you with the 4-5 samples, but ideally, practically your database should have thousands, lakhs of suppose your data samples or training samples, I will say. So here, whatever your suppose parameters or features are there, at the end your class label is nothing but one category. So this is nothing but your categorical response. So what in classification, it predicts a categorical response. So when you will ask something new entry for that particular patient, so suppose this is your input, you will give the input. So it will give you, or your model will predict a type, or you can say a class of that particular diabetes, whether that is having a normal, or suppose she is having a type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes. Okay, so what is this particular classification or supervised machine learning algorithm? Here, while training, you will give input as well as output both. Okay, in database you will give input as well as output both, as it is a supervised learning algorithm. Okay, come to the second example here. Suppose your database is like this, house price prediction dataset. Here the input features or the input is square feet of area, number of rooms, whether that flat is colored, where there is parking area, yes or no, or number of bathrooms suppose. And depending on these features, there is a price. Suppose that flat is having 3.7 lakhs of price. So in this way, thousands of houses parameters, or you can say features, are given. And if you observe here, there is a nothing like a category. There is a nothing like a category. What is here? The regression technique predicts a continuous responses. Means here there is a like वहाँ पे सिर्फ कुछ class है क्या? नहीं. There is a some continuous value. This is called as continuous value. 3.7, 3.3, 1.2, 2.5, 0.9, 0.75, depending on this whatever the flat features are there. Okay, so here whenever the situation is like this, if you are suppose given output as a continuous value, then that is a necessarily a regression problem. You need to apply, or you need to choose a regression algorithm for this such a kind of data, because the output is nothing but a continuous response. So whenever you will ask something, so your model will predict some continuous value. While testing, you will ask square feet of area, suppose 75 square feet, then suppose your number of rooms are 2, then color no, then parking area no, then number of bathroom is 1, then what will be your price? So your model will tell some price. It will not tell some, suppose, a category or a class. So if this is the case, then this is your regression problem. Okay, again, it is a supervised learning technique. Regression is also a supervised learning technique. So that's why while training a model or while training algorithm, you will take input as well as output, both. Okay, so this is what I want to say, a supervised learning techniques. So what is unsupervised learning then? So in unsupervised learning, whatever your database is, so there is a no output label given. There is a no output class or label is given. Just only the input is given. If this is the case, then you need to necessarily apply a clustering algorithms. See here, there is a no class or no output or no label is given. Just the input is given. Similarly, this is the example. Now here you cannot say it is a classification and this is the regression. See, clear yourself with this concept, supervised and unsupervised. Here there is a no output is given, just input is given. Okay, so all of you understood, yes or no? Just tell me in chat box. Now I will just read once again all these things. So the aim of supervised machine learning algorithm is to build a model that makes a prediction. Yes, obviously supervised learning algorithms are used for only predictions based on evidences in the presence of uncertainty. A supervised learning algorithm takes a known set of input data. Yes, it takes a known set of input data. It takes a features and a known responses to the data. It takes again corresponding output for that input data and trains a model to generate a reasonable prediction. In this way, it trains. It takes input as well as output both for training. So, and in unsupervised learning, it is only taking an input. There is no output given. Okay. So, classification. What is the classification then? This technique predicts a categorical response. So, obviously, this particular, whenever asked, there is a suppose classification model. So, it will predict, it will give output for a testing instance as a category. So, there is a categories. There are a class. Okay. For example, whether an email is genuine or spam. You can suppose there is a database like this. Suppose some parameters are given and the output is like that particular email is spam. Suppose some parameters are given regarding that email and it is a suppose not spam. So in this way, it is a binary classification problem. Means here you are predicting whether that email is a spam or not spam. So if this is the case, then that is your classification problem. Suppose whether that tumor is a cancerous or benign or non-cancerous, you can say. If this is the case, then this is your classification problem. Okay. So classification models classify input data into categories. So typical applications are likewise. These are the some other applications. And regression technique predict the continuous response or some continuous values. Here your model will not predict a class of that particular input instance. Okay. So typical applications are likewise electricity load forecasting. Okay. Algorithmic trading means, for example, this is your share market analysis. Obviously, what is there in share market? Some continuous values are given. Some shares price is given. So that is the price is not suppose like it is a category. So there is some continuous, some random values. So if this is the case, then it is your regression problem. And electricity load forecasting. ठीक है, whatever the load आपको कैसे बैलेंस करना है कि इतना किलोवाट का एनर्जी जाना चाहिए या इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जाना चाहिए अभी फिलहाल इस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे. So this is likewise continuous values are there. Okay. So this is what about the supervised machine learning algorithms. So this is the diagram, or you can say how your supervised machine learning algorithm works. So here, this is the data set is having inputs. Yeah. So the data set is having inputs. While training, a learning algorithm is have X means input as well as output both. While training, you will use input as well as output both. Then after learning your model, then your model will when you test your model, you will ask some new input. You will ask only input and it will predict the output. It will predict the output for that particular input. So this is, you can say, a diagram or block diagram of supervised learning algorithm. Okay. So I hope all of you understood. So this is just like a training phase. Okay. And sorry, this is your testing phase. This is your training phase. This is your separately I have discussed the testing phase. Okay. So suppose this is your again supervised machine learning. Here, along with the input, you will give your label. Okay. So what is the feature extraction? I will discuss later. Now, unsupervised learning finds hidden patterns or implicit structure in the data. Now, how the working of your unsupervised learning algorithm is? To explain this, I will explain with some example of cat-dog classification. Suppose I have implemented one cat-dog classification model. So this is what I will say, classification model I have implemented. So I have considered thousands of images. Like suppose these are the images from cat category. So these are the different images of cats. Okay, so I think I have considered all different images of cat, and this is the data set I am showing you for cat dog classification. And here, from here, this is these are the images from dog category. Okay, so obviously, if you observe, the images are in thousands in numbers for each category. Obviously, your model will learn different structure of cat, dog, you can say, and different features of different breeds. So that's why the thousands of images I have taken. Now what I want to show you, so if you are using supervised machine learning algorithm, okay, if you are using supervised machine learning algorithm, then what you have to do, this is the input for that. This data set is, image is nothing but input. और ये आपने explicitly उसको नाम दिया है, लेबल दिया है कि this is the cat. While training a model, you need to give input image as well as its label कि ये, हाँ ये ठीक है, ये cat है भाई, ये particular image ये dog है. You need to specify. So if you are using a supervised machine learning algorithm, then along with this input image, you will give the name of that particular class or that image also. कि हाँ ये पर्टिकुलर इमेज है और ये उसका पर्टिकुलर क्लास है, कि दिस बिलोंग्स टू कैट कैटेगरी. सो इन दिस वे, सपोज दिस इज योर इनपुट इमेज फॉर डॉग और ये उसका पर्टिकुलर नाम है, लेबल डॉग. सो व्हाट you need to give when you are using a supervised machine learning algorithm, then you will give input as well as its output or label. So you will give images of cat and corresponding name of that particular, whether that image is from cat or dog. So in this way, this is what I want to say, a supervised machine learning algorithm by using image. I want to say, I want to explain with cat dog classification. Okay, so this is what I will say again. This is what cat versus dog classification model you will not able to implement by using a traditional machine learning algorithm. You need to use a CNN, or I will say a neural network to implement a classification. Okay, I will come to that point again. So this is what I want to say, a classification problem data set. Suppose this is a unsupervised learning algorithm. So what difference will be there? What difference will be there? So for each input image, there will not be a label defined. ये आपका label नहीं रहेगा. For example, just only input is given. There is a no label. So whatever number of images are there for cat dog classification, only images are given. There is a no label given. Means while training, you will just give that this is the cat, this is the cat. Means in classification. Okay, in unsupervised learning, only images are given. So obviously, as I told you, in supervised machine learning algorithm, there is a teacher present. So how your teacher is present? So teacher is present in the form of label. कि हाँ ये जो particular image है ना, ये आपका cat का image है, जो भी है cat या dog का image है. तो ये हमने ये label भी दिया है. But in case of unsupervised machine learning algorithm, only input is given. So only images of cat and dog will be given. There will be no label, explicitly no label दिया नहीं रहेगा. Means there is a no teacher present. Means आपको बोल नहीं रहा है कि ये particular कोई teacher बोल नहीं रहा है कि ये cat का image है या dog का image है. So ये आप कैसे दे रहे हो algorithm को? By using this label, you are feeding this label also along with this input. And in unsupervised learning, you will just give the input. You will just give the thousands of images. फिर आपका मॉडल कैसे लर्न करेगा सर? How your model will learn in unsupervised? Because you are not giving a label कि ये cat है, ये dog है, ये cat है, ये dog है, ये अगर ऐसे दिखता है तो ये cat है. ठीक है, ऐसा आप देने रहो आपके मॉडल को. So how you will your algorithm will learn? So in unsupervised learning, this label will not be given. Only images are given. So what your algorithm, what your model will learn? So it will find कि हाँ अगर ये ऐसा आई स्ट्रक्चर है, फेस स्ट्रक्चर है, तो ये इमेजेस का एक ग्रुप बनाएगा. व्हाट योर एल्गोरिथम विल आउटपुट? योर एल्गोरिथम विल आउटपुट वन ग्रुप और अ ग्रुप्स, नंबर ऑफ ग्रुप्स योर एल्गोरिथम. तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन सपोज आपके इनपुट इमेजेस कि ये क्या करेगा, जैसे अभी 1000 इमेजेस है, अभी हमको पता है कि देयर इज अ कैट और डॉग के इमेजेस है, जैसे इन दिस केस. बट इन अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग में आपका मतलब आइडियली योर एल्गोरिथम ने अगर 2 ग्रुप किए तो इट विल बी ओके. But what I want to say, what your algorithm will do in unsupervised learning, it will find some intrinsic patterns. It will find some intrinsic patterns. So unsupervised learning finds hidden patterns or intrinsic structure in the data. It is used to draw inferences from data sets containing the input data without label responses. There is a no response, there is a no output, there is a no label is given. So what is the how the functioning of your algorithm is? तो ये जितने भी हमने इनको इनपुट इमेजेस दिए हैं, वो क्या करेगा कि हाँ, अगर ये पर्टिकुलर मैंने सपोज ये इमेजेस स्टडी किए, तो अगर इसका फेस स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा है, तो ये आपका एक कैटेगरी बन सकता है. मतलब इट विल फाइंड सम सिमिलैरिटी बिटवीन द इमेजेस एंड इट विल मेक वन ग्रुप. अगेन ये पर्टिकुलर इमेजेस का एक ग्रुप होता है, जहाँ पे जैसे कैट की इमेजेस है कि उसका स्ट्रक्चर स्मॉल है, फेस स्ट्रक्चर स्मॉल है, उसका टेल स्ट्रक्चर कुछ डिफरेंट है. तो इन दिस वे दिस एल्गोरिथम विल फाइंड some intrinsic pattern, intrinsic structure among your data, and it will create a group of images. So suppose if you are given 100 images of cat dog mix, then suppose उसने दो ग्रुप किए, तो एक ग्रुप में जैसे उसने वो पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न्स फाइंड आउट किया, तो जैसे वो पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न्स का एक ग्रुप हो गया. ऐसा नेसेसरी नहीं है कि आपने इनपुट देते वक्त दो ही कैटेगरी के इमेजेस दिए थे, वेदर कैटेगरी इज कैट एंड डॉग. तो आपके मॉडल में भी तीन कैटेगरी करेगा, क्योंकि उसको पता नहीं वो सिर्फ कैटेगरी क्या करने वाला है. इट इज जस्ट गोइंग टू ग्रुप योर इनपुट डेटा इनटू द ग्रुप्स. So suppose I will take this example. Now this, if you observe, if you able to read, yes. Suppose this is what? This is your cat. Sorry, dog. Actually, this is your dog. But depending on whatever features he has learned or intrinsic patterns he has found, so it may categorize this particular image to cat category, which is wrong, because this is what? Dog. This is not a cat. But whatever, what means, what I want to say कि डिपेंडिंग ऑन सम इंट्रिंसिक स्ट्रक्चर, उस पर्टिकुलर इनपुट इमेज में जो भी उसने प्रॉपर्टीज फाइंड आउट किए, सिमिलरिटीज फाइंड आउट किए, उससे उसने ग्रुप कर दिया. अभी ये ग्रुप, ये जो इमेज है पर्टिकुलर ये डॉग का है, मे बी वो कैट के इमेजेस में डाल देगा, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट अ efficient learning. Okay, so not necessarily, again I am repeating, your algorithm will not necessarily create only two groups. Depending on some features whatever he has learned, it may create a 4 groups of those 100 images or those 1000 images. पहले ग्रुप में कुछ तो 100 images डाल दिए, दूसरे ग्रुप में कुछ तो 500 डाल दिए, तीसरे में कुछ तो 300 डाल दिए, चौथे में कुछ तो 200 डाल दिए, whatever. आइडियली उसने, क्योंकि हमको पता है कि उसमें सिर्फ कैट और डॉग के इमेजेस है, तो आइडियली आपके क्लस्टरिंग एल्गोरिथम ने दो ही ग्रुप करना चाहिए था. बट ये इट इज अ जस्ट अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग. देयर इज अ नो गाइडेंस गिवन, नो टीचर इज प्रेजेंट. तो ऑब्वियसली वो जो पढ़ेगा, जैसे पढ़ेगा वैसा वो ग्रुप कर देगा. ओके, so all of you understood unsupervised learning with this example? You just tell me in chat box. Depending on that input, it will create groups. Okay, so ideally if you are having, suppose giving, actually you are giving suppose only two types of images, suppose male or female, but you are not specifying whether this particular image is of male category or female category. So it will just observe that thousands of images of male and female. We are talking likewise male and female, but उसको पता नहीं है. It will just observe the 100 and thousands of images and it will group something. It will create one group of these particular images will belong to that category. So maybe actually you are having only two types of images, that is of male category and female category, but your algorithm, unsupervised algorithm, may create some 3 categories. Okay, even it will not going to label that category कि हाँ ये मेल है ये फीमेल है. तो टेस्टिंग में कैसे होता है, हाउ योर एल्गोरिथम वर्क इन टेस्टिंग? सो टेस्टिंग में क्या होगा, जैसे उसने कुछ तो 1000 इमेजेस के 3 कैटेगरी या 4 कैटेगरी या 2 कैटेगरी उसने बना दिए. अभी आप नया इमेज उसको दिखाओगे, while testing you will show, you will input some new image. Okay, and what your algorithm will do, it will group or it will असाइन दैट पर्टिकुलर इमेज वन ग्रुप, तो उसने ये पर्टिकुलर वो 3 ग्रुप में से एक ग्रुप में डाल दिया। तो फिर आप सर फिर हाउ यू विल मेजर कि वो पर्टिकुलर वो ग्रुप में गया तो बराबर है क्या? तो जो इमेज हमने आपके एल्गोरिदम ने उस पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप में डाल दिया, तो उस ग्रुप के सिमिलैरिटी वी विल फाइंड सिमिलैरिटी काउंट और सिमिलैरिटी मेजर। तो वो इमेज का उस ग्रुप में से जितने भी नंबर ऑफ इमेजेस से उससे वो सिमिलैरिटी फाइंड आउट करेगा। अगर वो सिमिलैरिटी 100% है, उसको 90% है, देन फिर इट्स ओके। अगर आपका मेल का इमेज है और आपके फीमेल कैटेगरी में मतलब वहां पे उसने डाल दिया, तो ऑब्वियसली सिमिलैरिटी इंडेक्स और सिमिलैरिटी परफॉर्मेंस जो भी सिमिलैरिटी काउंट है वो आपका क्या हो जाएगा, कम आएगा। सो इन दिस वे this is what you can say a testing part related to your unsupervised learning. Okay. Clustering is the most common unsupervised learning technique. It is used for exploratory data analysis to find the hidden patterns or groupings in a data. So obviously the use or the output of your clustering algorithm is nothing but the groups, number of groups. So application for clustering include gene sequence analysis, market research and object recognition. Okay. So what is this is the block diagram for unsupervised learning algorithm. So if you observe here in the data set or while training, you will give only a input. There is a no output is given. Just only input is given. So what your learning algorithm, what your unsupervised learning algorithm will do, it will create some groups. Depending whatever learning, whatever intrinsic pattern he has learned, whatever similarity he has learned, depending on that it will create a groups. So suppose here they have created 3 groups, or I will call these as a clusters. So that's why it is also called as a clustering algorithms. Okay, so this is what you can say unsupervised learning. Yes, something so we have learned supervised and unsupervised techniques. So what is the concept behind supervised and unsupervised? Then what this slide is demonstrating, there are different algorithms, a list of algorithms under each category. Okay, so for example, classification algorithms are like this. These are the classification algorithms. Support vector machine, this is the name of algorithm. Discriminant analysis, naive Bayes, nearest neighbor. For example, regression algorithm कौन से? So linear regression, support vector regression, okay, decision trees, ensemble methods. These are what your regression algorithms. So what are the clustering algorithms? So k-means, k-medoids, hierarchical clustering, Gaussian mixture model, hidden Markov model. Okay, so these are what your different algorithms under each category. Now if you observe here, neural network is you can say same, or under each category there is a neural network. Means what this particular slide or what is the meaning of that, ki whatever your application is, whether it is a supervised, unsupervised, whether it is a regression, classification or clustering, you can implement or you can give the solution by using a neural network. Neural network means just there is a neural network. By changing something, you can have a classification problem solution also. You can have regression problem implemented also, or clustering problem implemented also. That's why today we are talking about a deep learning. तो देखो ये स्लाइड वही एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है कि आपके जो भी प्रॉब्लम है, क्लासिफिकेशन है, रिग्रेशन है, क्लस्टरिंग है, आप सब प्रॉब्लम यू कैन इंप्लीमेंट बाय यूजिंग अ न्यूरल नेटवर्क. Okay, so remaining all these are your traditional list of the algorithms under the each category. But if your problem is classification, जैसे आप क्या कर रहे हैं, इनपुट डेटा में कुछ क्लासेस दिए, आउटपुट में कुछ लेबल्स दिए, still you can implement by using a neural network. अगर आपकी इसमें कुछ कंटिन्यूस रिस्पॉन्सेज है, स्टिल यू कैन यूज अ न्यूरल नेटवर्क. Okay, so that's why today we are dealing with the neural networks only, deep learning only. इसलिए फिर मैं जो बोला था कल वाले लेक्चर में कि आपका मशीन लर्निंग के ये जो ट्रेडिशनल एल्गोरिथम्स है वो अब कोई ज्यादा यूज नहीं कर रहा. All are using just a neural network to implement any kind of problem. Okay, okay, yeah. So along with these two main categories, there are some two more categories. First is a semi-supervised learning. So what is that? I will just discuss. Semi-supervised learning is a class of machine learning tasks and techniques that also makes use of unlabeled data for training, typically a small amount of labeled data with large amount of unlabeled data. Okay. So what is there in a semi-supervised? Okay. Semi-supervised learning falls between unsupervised learning without any labeled data, training data, and supervised learning with completely labeled training data. मतलब क्या? Come to our point. Come to our example. For example, अभी आप बोल रहे सर कि ये आपका particular semi supervised comes between supervised and unsupervised. तो कैसे? तो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ये जो आपका डेटाबेस है तो ये टोटली इट इज फॉर सपोज सुपरवाइज लर्निंग, क्योंकि हर एक का आउटपुट लेबल दिया है. और अगर ये डेटाबेस है तो दिस इज टोटली फॉर अनसुपरवाइज लर्निंग बिकॉज देयर इज नो क्लास लेबल, नो आउटपुट लेबल इज गिवन. So how your semi supervised data will look like? So suppose there are thousands of entries. तो कुछ इंस्टेंस के लिए, कुछ ट्रेनिंग इंस्टेंस के लिए सपोज आपका लेबल दिया नहीं है और कुछ ट्रेनिंग इंस्टेंस के लिए लेबल दिया है. नाउ दिस इज योर, दिस पर्टिकुलर एग्जांपल इज ऑफ सेमी सुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग. ओके, व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन? वी विल अगेन रिपीट. Semi supervised learning is a class of machine learning tasks and techniques that also makes use of unlabeled data for training. Means typically a small amount of labeled data and large amount of unlabeled data. So ये अपने एग्जांपल में क्या हो रहा है? Here अभी जैसे मैंने अगर कंसिडर किया, here there are 1000 entries of patients. तो सपोज 200 पेशेंट के लिए लेबल डिफाइंड नहीं है, क्लास लेबल डिफाइंड नहीं है, और 800 पेशेंट्स के लिए क्लास लेबल डिफाइंड. सी टिपिकली स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ लेबल डेटा, सॉरी मैंने उल्टा बोला. टिपिकली स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ लेबल डेटा एंड लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ अनलेबल्ड डेटा. So for example, suppose in our case, suppose there are 1000 examples or 1000 samples are given, then only 200 samples are given with a category कि वो particular normal patient है या type 1 का diabetes या type 2 का diabetes है. But 800 और most of the data के लिए label ही दिया नहीं है. If this is the case, then it is a example of semi supervised learning. Small amount of labeled data and large amount of unlabeled data. तो आप बोलोगे सर इसमें फिर लर्निंग कैसे होता होगा? So many machine learning researchers have found that unlabeled data, when used in conjunction with a small amount of data, can produce a considerable improvement in learning accuracy. तो क्या करता है? तो फिर इसके लिए कुछ अलग से एल्गोरिदम नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ सुपरवाइज और अनसुपरवाइज के एल्गोरिदम यूज करना है. फिर अभी ये दिस इज जस्ट लाइक अ प्री प्रोसेसिंग पार्ट. देयर मे बी केसेस कि आपके डेटा सेट में नॉइज है, मतलब इन दिस वे आपका क्या है कि लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ डेटा अनलेबल है, स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ डेटा इज लेबल. तो वो क्या करेगा, जो अनलेबल्ड डेटा है उसके लिए जो भी लेबल डेटा है उससे वो ट्रेनिंग लेके और उससे वो कुछ सीख के जो अनलेबल्ड डेटा है उसको लेबल करेगा और फिर आपका जो भी एल्गोरिथम अप्लाई होगा. सी this is your totally a label data. Every data point is label. Means what? There is a whether that particular data point is of circle category or a triangle category. Every data point is having some label. ऐसा कोई भी पॉइंट नहीं जिसका लेबल डिफाइन नहीं कि वो सर्कल या ट्रायंगल नहीं है. तो सी यार, दिस इज व्हाट योर सेमी सुपरवाइज लर्निंग. यहाँ पे देखो ये पर्टिकुलर जो भी है ये पॉइंट्स, ठीक है, दिस फॉर दिस पॉइंट वेदर दैट बिलोंग्स टू सर्कल और ट्रायंगल कुछ दिया नहीं है, कुछ पता नहीं उसका कैटेगरी क्या है. दिस इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ सेमी सुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग. तो ये उसमें आपका ये क्या है, डिसीजन बाउंड्री एंड ऑल दिस थिंग वी विल कवर लेटर. Okay, so this is what your semi supervised learning. Now what is a reinforcement learning? This is the last type of learning types. So reinforcement, it is about taking suitable action to maximize the rewards in a particular solution. Means what? To explain this, I will explain with example. Or in another word, in AIML, to whom you will say a reinforcement learning. तो जो लर्निंग एजेंट होता है, लर्निंग एजेंट, दैट इज नथिंग बट योर रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग. ओके, तो to explain this reinforcement learning, I will explain with this example. All of you know this game, जो भी है, ये पर्टिकुलर एजेंट है या पर्टिकुलर रोबोट है, उसको क्या करना है, ये पर्टिकुलर डायमंड को ग्रैब करना है. तो ऑब्वियसली उसको ऐसा जाना है जहाँ पे आपका क्या है, फायर उसको ना मिले. तो सपोज दीज आर द टोटल नंबर ऑफ रूम्स, सम रूम्स आर हैविंग फायर, और एक रूम में कहाँ पे तो भी आपका डायमंड है, और स्टार्ट में आपका रोबोट कहाँ पे, कौन से तो भी एक पर्टिकुलर रूम में. तो जो उसको सपोज अभी व्हाट इज हाउ योर रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग वर्क्स. तो फॉर एग्जांपल स्टार्ट में आपका रोबोट सपोज अनफॉर्चुनेटली आपके फायर वाले रूम में चला गया, तो उसको ऑब्वियसली फायर लगेगा, ऑब्वियसली उसको कुछ तो पनिशमेंट मिला. फॉर एग्जांपल, okay, there is a in reinforcement learning there is a concept of rewards and punishment. So I will explain with this example. तो फॉर एग्जांपल आपके रोबोट ने गलती से फायर वाले रूम में चला गया, तो उसको कुछ तो फायर लगा, उसको कुछ तो तकलीफ हुआ. मीन्स व्हाट, इट इज गेट पनिश, ही इज गेट पनिश. और वही चीज अगर वो सेफ वाले रूम में गया, फॉर एग्जांपल ये वाले रूम में, तो उसको क्या मिल रहा है, चॉकलेट मिल रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज गेटिंग अवार्डेड, उसको कुछ तो चॉकलेट मिल रहा है. तो ऐसे फिर आपका लर्निंग कैसे होगा. तो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपका जो भी छोटा बच्चा है, अगर किसी एक्शन परफॉर्म करने के बाद अगर उसको सजा मिल रही है, और कोई एक्शन परफॉर्म करने के बाद उसको अगर चॉकलेट मिल रहा है, तो ऑब्वियसली उसका एम क्या होगा, टू मैक्सिमाइज द रिवॉर्ड, टू मैक्सिमाइज द चॉकलेट्स, नंबर ऑफ चॉकलेट्स, नॉट की नंबर ऑफ पनिशमेंट्स. तो वो ऐसे खुद आपका लर्न करेगा कि फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मुझे जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल वो गलती से, अभी पहले बार है, छोटा बच्चे उसको पता नहीं है, इवन दो ही हैज एंटर इन दैट रूम, तो उसको लगा ये डायमंड है या जो भी है, तो उसने उसको डायरेक्टली टच कर दिया. जैसे ही उसने टच किया आपके रोबोट ने, तो इट रिकॉग्नाइज समथिंग पनिशेबल, और उसको कुछ तो एक्शन, मतलब कुछ तो सजा हुई. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम जब भी वो मतलब ऐसे उसको ऐसा उसने लर्न किया है कि जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल वो पर्टिकुलर रूम में जाने के बाद उसको उस पर्टिकुलर चीज को हाथ लगाने के बाद क्या होता है, कुछ तो जलन होता है, कुछ तो डिफिकल्टी होता है. तो फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम जब भी वो ऐसे रूम में जाएगा जहाँ पे फायर है, तो ऑब्वियसली वो क्या करेगा, उस पर्टिकुलर उसको फायर दिख रहा है, तो ऑब्वियसली उसको टच नहीं करेगा, इट विल कम आउट ऑफ दैट रूम. So in this way learning happens in reinforcement learning. So depending on action, whether your agent got something punishment or some rewards, so obviously depending on the number of actions, फिर उसका aim रहेगा to maximize the rewards. तो in this way it will learn कि अभी हाँ next time वो जब भी फायर वाले रूम में जाएगा तो फायर को हाथ नहीं लगाएगा, तो तुरंत बाहर आ जाएगा. तो ये पहली बार लर्न नहीं किया उसने, पहले उसको कुछ आइडिया नहीं था. It learns by punishment and rewards, the number of punishment and number of rewards. So when your model or your agent say learn, when it always try to maximize the rewards or always try to gain the maximum number of rewards. If this is the case, then you can say your agent is learn. Otherwise your agent has not learned it. Okay, so what is the definition here? So it is about taking suitable action to maximize the reward in a particular situation. So it is about to taking a suitable action to maximize the rewards and to minimize the punishments. It is employed by various software and machines to find the best possible behavior or a path it should take in a specific situation. तो ठीक है, ये जैसे भी आपका जहाँ पे आपको बेस्ट पॉसिबल पाथ फाइंड आउट करना होता है, जैसे इन आवर केस ये बेस्ट पॉसिबल पाथ ये है फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर रोबोट टू ग्रैब द डायमंड, सो ये आपको फाइंड आउट करना है. तो ऐसा जब भी आपको एप्लीकेशन होगा तब ये आपका रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग का यूज होता है. The reinforcement learning differs from the supervised learning in a way that in a supervised learning, the training data has the answer key with it, so the model is trained with the correct answer itself, whereas in reinforcement learning, there is a no answer, but the informant agent decide what to do, perform the given task. What these lines are saying, I will give you in another way, some example. Come to our example of cat dog classification. What is there in supervised learning? हाँ, ये पर्टिकुलर इमेज है, ये कैट का है, ये डॉग का है, ये हम स्पेसिफिकली आपका टीचर बोल रहे हैं. ओके, स्पेसिफिकली आपका टीचर बोल रहा है. ओके, व्हाट इज देयर इन रीइंफोर्समेंट लर्निंग? समथिंग लाइक टीचर, लाइक जैसे कुछ अदृश्य शक्ति है, वो उसको हेल्प कर रहा है टू लर्निंग. वो कैसा? तो आई विल एक्सप्लेन. तो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपका कुछ तो मॉडल है, उसने सपोज कैट जो भी है, सपोज ये डॉग कैटेगरी का हमने इसको इमेज दिखाया. तो अगर अभी टीचर ऐसे एक्सप्लिसिटली नहीं बोलेगा दिस इज अ डॉग नॉट अ कैट, बट वो इनडायरेक्टली कैसे बोलेगा कि आपने सपोज एक इमेज दिखाया, आपने कैट बोला, आपके मॉडल ने कैट बोला, तो उसको चॉकलेट देगा अगर वो कैट का है. ठीक है, अगर आपके मॉडल ने कैट वाले इमेज को डॉग बोला, तो आपका टीचर क्या करेगा? उसको एक फटाक से एक कान में लगा देगा. इट विल स्लैप. अरे मतलब आपका मॉडल समझेगा अरे नहीं, कुछ तो गलत बोला मैंने. फिर से नया इमेज के लिए वो बोलेगा सर अगर ये डॉग है और उसने डॉग दिया, तो आपका जो टीचर है, मीन्स व्हाट, टीचर इज प्रेजेंस इन समथिंग अनदर फॉर्म, कुछ तो अननोन फॉर्म में, कि आपका टीचर आइदर ही विल गिव अ रिवार्ड और इट विल गिव अ पनिशमेंट. तो हाँ, जब भी मतलब आपका मॉडल कैसे लर्न करेगा? अरे हाँ, मैंने जब भी ये इमेज को गलती से कैट बोला था तो मुझे चैट पड़ रहा था, तो इसलिए फिर वो नेक्स्ट टाइम जब भी 4-5 इटरेशन के बाद जब आपको कैट सॉरी डॉग का या कैट का जो भी इमेज दिखाई देगा, तो उसका अगर वो कैट वाला है तो उसने कैट बोला, फिर इट्स ओके, नाउ इट्स लर्न. Getting? So what I want to say, I am trying to say in supervised learning, if suppose there is a image, so explicitly your teacher will say कि हाँ ये cat है, ये dog है. या फिर reinforcement learning में क्या होगा, आपका जो भी इमेज है आपके आंसर पे वो कुछ कैट और डॉग ऐसे वर्ड्स नहीं बोलेगा, वो कुछ तो चैट मतलब आपको पनिशमेंट करेगा या आपको रिवॉर्ड करेगा. तो आपको इनडायरेक्टली पढ़ना है. दिस इज यू कैन से इनडायरेक्ट indication of your teacher, or it is an indirect guidance of your teacher. Okay, so this is what I want to say, reinforcement learning. So this is what you can say details about the reinforcement learning, the input, output and training, all these things. Okay, so yeah, this much is for today's lecture.